Okay, today's question builds upon my last email about upside down paddles and the role of thinking in practice. I made the statement that simply telling athletes what to do is not particularly effective. And so the question was, don't we want athletes thinking during the training process? I'd always think of that as mental engagement. Is it better to have them less actively engaged in thinking, but still forced and tricked into learning? So this touches on a key distinction between thinking and engagement. We absolutely want athletes engaged in what they're doing. They need to actively be trying to solve problems and achieve the objectives of the set. However, I don't think we want them necessarily just thinking about a specific movement pattern or trying to replicate a specific movement pattern. To me, that's very different than trying to actively solve a certain problem, like swim a certain time and a certain stroke count, regardless of the way that they're swimming. In that situation, they're actively engaged and they're trying to figure something out. And the focus is on the goal, not necessarily moving in a certain way. Secondly, anytime you use specific cues, it's going to be much more effective when it's presented in the context of solving a problem. In that case, the cues have a specific purpose and they have immediate value, and they're going to be much more impactful. The value goes beyond just trying to copy a certain movement. It helps them solve the problem. And so that cue serves an obvious function, and the movement serves an obvious function. So I tend to downplay the role of cues and instruction because coaches tend to skip the step of designing a good task to put athletes in a position to learn well. Instead, they just tell them what to do. And that's going to be much less effective than if they're provided instructions within the specific context of solving a problem that's relevant to performance. So when you give them a hint to solve a specific problem, it's a lot more effective, but you need good task design in order to be able to do that. And that's why I really stress task design. So to summarize, you always want engagement. The issue is that just thinking about the way that they're swimming is a pretty low form of engagement. Give them a problem to solve, and if they're struggling, give them a little bit more help to solve that specific problem. So I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, definitely just let me know.